Hello and good morning, everyone, and welcome to Monday, the first Monday of the new year, I think, right? Yeah, Monday the 5th. So good morning, everyone, and welcome in. We're going to start off with some Helldivers today. Oh, I'm still overcoming this sickness. It sucks. I cannot, I cannot shake it for some reason. Oh, it's terrible, but we're gonna try. So we're gonna let's see. It's been a while since we've been on these planets. We're gonna restart the pumps. This is the dangerous underground hive planet. So we need to really load up correctly here. It's been a while since I've done these. I think we're dealing with some explosive or underground dudes, maybe. Let's see, does it tell me what strain we're dealing with here? Dragon roaches, hive lords, and it doesn't say what kind of menace we are dealing with. So we're gonna try. We're gonna try our best today. But like I said, it's been a while since we've done these missions. So good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. It is almost time for tax season to be upon us, so hopefully y'all are prepared for that. Some taxes. Let's see, Dragon Roaches, Hive Lords, Gloom Research Expedition. Let's see, let's change up everything. We're gonna want a Coyote. I think Coyote's probably a strong move here. Something for Dragon Roaches. We could... A few different things we could bring for Dragon Roaches, but I think we're going to grab the Spear. It's not the best underground, but with the Coyote, we should be able to do everything else pretty well. So... Dex is here. I fell asleep last night. The entire conversation was pointless. Jonathan, good morning. Let that man do what he wants. No, Dex. No, I have to draw a line in the sand. We were talking about a guy who wanted to read the Bible on the toilet. And while the Bible may just be a book, I acknowledge it is just a book. When you're dealing with anything with God, you need to have some reverence, and reading on the toilet is not reverence. So no, you cannot read the Bible on the toilet. Also, if you're on the toilet for so long that you feel like you can get a Bible study session in, I'm not a doctor, but I feel like you need medical intervention. Like, it should not take you so long to poop that you feel like you could read the Bible, right? You're right, you need to visit the ER. There is something wrong with you. You need to drink Waffle's patented drink if you're on the toilet that long. Put some Metamucil and hot sauce in your coffee. Get the things a-going, Well, that's a rough start right there, I'll tell you what.
Sending in an eagle. Bug tunnel breach.
Oh, come on, I was not close enough to that. I disagree that I was close enough to be hit by that explosion. He's just reading the book, he's not trying to reach Nirvana on the toilet. Yes, he may just be reading the book, but here's my other issue with it. It's a symptom of a larger problem. Like, why do you feel the need to read the Bible on the toilet? Like, if you have no other time in your day to spend with God, like, are you making God a priority, right? Are you really like, oh, I've only got these 10 minutes when I'm pooping and there's literally no other time in the entire day? Like, you're doing something wrong. You're not making God enough of a priority if that's your only time to read the Bible, right? So it's a symptom of a bigger problem, and that is partially why I take issue with it. Same reason why people scroll on the toilet. You shouldn't be scrolling on the toilet either. Maybe I'm just being a Debbie Downer and I got a stick up my bum, but the toilet is for pooping. We do not need to doom scroll on the toilet. We don't need to read books on the toilet. You need to get in and get out, right? There's no need to have all these extra if you're needing to plan activities in the bathroom, again, you need to consult a doctor. You shouldn't need to plan out your activities to use the toilet. There's a bigger issue at play here if you're having to do that.
Objective nearby.
Requesting sentry.
Treat it like a blitz mission.
Calling down a sentry.
Outpost destroyed.
Found something. Rare sample acquired.
Why judge? Okay, so here's why. Here's my thinking on why judge. One, because he was asking for people's feedback, so he invited the judgment himself. One. Two, the don't shame anyone, don't judge anyone society we have lived in for the last few years has not yielded great fruit, and I think it might be. Ooh, hello, welcome back. It might be time to make people feel a little judged and a little bit of public shame for their actions, because clearly everything else is not working. Said our society is struggling, and a part of that is a lack of shame and judgment, I feel like. So I think it might be time just to bring a little bit of shame and judgment back. Just a little bit. Like 20%. Dude, what are you doing? Leave me alone.
Calling down a sentry.
Let's turn around, judge everyone, and shame everyone. Everyone has to be identical, and you think this is super anti-Earth propaganda. It's a fine line. I definitely agree that it can definitely be used for evil and turned into a bad thing very quickly. I don't disagree with that. But some of the things we have seen on the internet have definitely gone too far, and we could use some proper shaming on it. Let's grab this.
Requesting walker.
Like all the people who use the homeless as content, for example. People who find it acceptable to drive around and find people at their absolute worst and use them to farm content. That needs a little bit of naming and shaming, you know? Okay. Hive structures are destroyed. We have solved that problem. I don't think we can do anything about this problem, though. This guy does not want to go away.
North, 100 meters.
It's the same with social media. People can generally use it for good, but also use it to say a lot of super negative things. Yeah, I'm glad. I know that this is a controversial take, but I am super glad that Australia is leading the charge on this one, right? That Australia has come out and said, no, social media is bad, so we're taking it away from the children. Like, you just don't get social media as a child anymore. I think that's a great move, and I would love if America followed suit. We need more restrictions on it, because in like 10 years, when we can finally get some studies done on this sort of thing, we're gonna see just how terrible social media is for kids. Like, it's gonna take some time, but we're gonna discover, like, oh, we didn't know. And there's gonna be so many of us like, what do you mean we didn't know? We absolutely knew that social media was terrible for kids, and we've been saying that, and that's why we push for legislation, because, like, there's multiple studies showing its effect, yes, but those are short-term studies, right? We're talking about studies that have only been done over a year. We haven't seen what like an iPad kid who was born into the iPad and lived on the iPad. We haven't seen the effects of that, right? We haven't seen what happens to a child who was raised on an iPad and only spends time on an iPad. We haven't seen what happens when they become an adult yet, right? So there is still even more damage for us to learn about because we don't even know, we can't comprehend what is going to happen to those children who have spent their entire life on the iPad. You were merely adopted by the iPad. I was born into it, molded by it. And like, I know that I'm being judgy here. I know everyone says, oh, you shouldn't judge other people, but like, we went to Zoo Lights, which is one of my favorite activities of the year, where you go to the Oregon Zoo, and they dress animals up with lights, and it's a good time. There's a lot of lights, there's a lot of interesting things, there's fun facts, they put a lot of effort into it, and it's a really cool thing, and I'm really glad that they do it every year. But the amount of kids that I saw who were at what was supposed to be this really exciting event, and they were just like, okay, but this is boring, give me my iPad, while like actively at one of the most exciting events of the year, was mind-blowing to me. How many children just were not interested in the world around them in any way, shape, or form. Like, as a kid, I would have killed to be at Zoo Lights. And now children are there and they're just like, yeah, but iPad. Like, the amount of kids I see in strollers who are just vibing on their iPad while world passes them around, it's a problem. And I know, God willing, if I become a parent here soon, hopefully I do, I know that I'm going to be that weird parent and that all the other people are going to look down on me for this, but I think we're going to try legitimately to do the no screen thing. There's no reason why my kiddo needs to spend all day on a screen. And they're definitely never going to have a smartphone. Like, they can have a smartphone when they are an adult and want to buy their own and move out, but there's just no reason a 13-year-old needs a smartphone, yeah? We're in some serious trouble here. I have no... Oh, here's ammo. Okay. I was gonna say we were completely out of ammo, but we found a little bit of ammo, so maybe we can use this to come back here. Maybe I know this is going to be impossible, but part of me is like, well, no TV even. Like, the kid doesn't need to see TV even, right? So maybe we should just block TV also. I know there'll be the weird kid who's going to class with no TV under their belt, but like, oh, we're dead. The kids don't need TV, right? So my local church group is starting a program on next week. They're doing what's called Exodus 90, and it's a program for men to help them get closer to God. And I was talking to Emmy about it, and I don't think I'm going to participate because a part of it feels very like, oh, I'm such a manly man here. But here's the rules if you're interested. The rules of Exodus 90. No sugar, which I already do. No TV, no technology, no screens, no internet. You can only listen to worship music. No snacking. You can only eat meals at designated times. You must pray at least 20 minutes a day. You must work out at least 20 minutes a day. And you're supposed to do this for at least 90 days to help cleanse yourself of the world and grow closer to God. And cold showers. You're not allowed to take showers with heated water. And like, I know that I think the word is aestheticism. Like, going without is a very big part of Christianity and has been for a while. Part of me disagrees on a fundamental level. Like, how does taking a cold shower bring you closer to God, you know? Like, I just don't know. But the other things, like, I do... What about sweets? Here in Sweden, it's common to only be allowed to eat sweets on Saturdays. No, no sweets. No sugar, no sweets, no coffee creamer, nothing like that. You're not allowed to have any of it. And, like, most of that I already do, right? I don't eat sugar, so I've already got that part down.
Not today!
I don't do snacking because I'm dieting and losing weight, so I don't have to worry about that. Why won't this guy go away? Holy cow. Leave us alone. Okay, well, I thought maybe if we hit him with that, that would help, but apparently that didn't even put a dent in him, so... I guess let's try grabbing the exosuit, because that didn't do nothing. It just feels like part of it's not about God, and it's just part about proving like what a manly man you are. Like, oh, I only take cold showers because I'm a real man. You know, that part doesn't feel like it actually does anything to bring you closer to God. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being a judgy person today, but I just don't see the value in taking cold showers bringing you closer to God. I just don't. I don't understand that correlation, I guess. I guess it falls into just like the whole denying yourself, right? Like I talk a lot about denying yourself is really important to learn to deny yourself for God. So maybe it just falls into that realm. I do because it wakes you up faster than the coffee ever could. Okay. Y'all are just summoning all of my terrible things today. Let's talk about that since I'm already saying all the unpopular things. If people need to drink coffee to wake up in the morning, they have a problem. It is a deeper problem in addiction than they know, right? Like, I drink coffee because I enjoy the taste of coffee. I don't need it to wake up, and I'm not one of those people like, oh man, if you talk to me before I get my coffee, I'm going to be grumpy. No, that means you have a drug addiction to the coffee. You should drink coffee because you enjoy the taste of coffee, not because you need the stimulating effects to wake up in the morning. If you need the effects of coffee to wake up in the morning, then you need to get like a sleep study done or get more sleep or see a doctor. You should not need to take drugs to wake up in the morning and be a pleasant person. So I know people don't want to hear that, but the whole don't talk to me until I've had my coffee, that means that you have a problem, that you are a problem, and you need to work on rectifying said problem. Alright, let's grab some supplies really quick since we're low on supplies, and they're right here. Beautiful. Is that guy back? It sounds like that guy's back. Hello there. And he wrecked my mech. Wonderful. Let's see if we can scare him off. I heard that they're talking about putting in 8-player maps. And I feel like if we had an 8-player map, you might be able to take on these Hive Lords. But on 4-player, I know it's doable, but man, is it difficult to take on those Hive Lords on... Yes, we have taken down a Hive Lord. I have been in at least one mission where we have taken down a Hive Lord, but it requires so many resources to do that it basically isn't worth it. Like, it just costs so much to take them down. You get nothing for, you get like just a little bit of experience for it, right? Like, it doesn't actually give you much for doing it. So, for the most part, I don't think it's worth doing.
Orbital inbound.
All right, let's close those bug holes behind us and skadoodles. We're skadoodling. Yeah, you get like 100 experience and bragging rights. And like, don't get me wrong, I know that bragging rights is is definitely worth something in today's day and age still, but I don't need the bragging rights. I did also start playing Pokemon Prism last night, so while I was out antiquing, I found a ROM hack of Pokemon Prism that somebody had like legitimately stuck on a Game Boy cartridge, and I got a Game Boy for Christmas, so I was like, oh, well, this is fortuitous timing, right? I've got a Game Boy, I've got a Game Boy cart, so I started playing Pokemon Prism, and I'm sitting here wondering, I wondered two things while I was playing it, since we're talking about unpopular opinions. One, I started thinking, you know, were Pokemon games ever good? Like, maybe the only reason why I liked Pokemon Red and Blue and Gold and Silver and Ruby and Sapphire was because I was a dumb kid who didn't know any better. Going back and playing it now, I really do question if the Pokemon games were actually ever good in any capacity. So I wondered that, and then I also wondered, how is it that a fan game can absolutely decimate Nintendo on every single level? Like, this fan-made ROM hack is so much better than any game Nintendo has pumped out in the last 10 years. Like, they should be ashamed and embarrassed of themselves that a small team of unpaid people who have some passion for the game managed to create something better than they've ever done. Like, they should feel bad about it. Right? Like, how can you let a few people unpaid with passion completely destroy you at the thing that you're supposed to be, you know, pros at? You're being paid to do it. I managed to reconnect with a former friend of mine. We had a big argument like a year ago, but I managed to talk it out with him. Wonderful. That's wonderful to hear. Combating the male loneliness epidemic, one person at a time. I'm honestly surprised that there hasn't been some more lawsuits against Pokemon Prism, because Pokemon Prism has been out for, like, in development for like 10 years, so like it's pretty old. So, you know, if Nintendo was going to do something about it, I thought for sure they would do it by now, but like, upon playing it, like, it's low-level RPG, right? I get that low-level RPGs aren't exciting because it's like, okay, you're just spamming scratch and growl at each other, and once you get higher levels, you get a little bit more tactics. But so much of Pokemon just feels like overpowered rock, paper, scissors that I'm truly starting to wonder if it was ever actually a good game, or if, like, we all got, like, mass hypnotized or something by the allure of Pokemon. Because, like, especially the older games, no EXP share. You're literally just sitting there grinding the same creatures over and over again and one-shotting them to level up to be strong enough to one-shot the gyms. Like, I don't know. I am enjoying Pokemon Prism, though. I do wish that there was an EXP share. I really hate that there's not an EXP share in Pokemon Prism, but I am enjoying exploring a new world and the feeling of, oh, what new Pokemon are going to be around these corners, right? Like, I don't know what Pokemon are in the game, so it's exciting to, like, what's going to happen next. We were children. I hate that argument, and that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe we were just all children and we didn't realize, we didn't know any better. Because it's not like I think we can all acknowledge, right? Like, it's not like children have good taste, right? Like, the brain rot epidemic shows us that it's not like kids are picky about their garbage, right? Nonsense. I cannot read German. I'm sorry. I don't know. I can't read that. I apologize.
Well done down there.
I had impeccable taste. I know that my tastes were garbage. I watched Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon. I know my taste was terrible.
Mission coordinates locked.
But I will. One thing is more interesting when I look back at shows that I loved as a kid that have held up. Avatar: The Last Airbender. We've talked ad nauseum about that, right? We know that Avatar: The Last Airbender held up. Gargoyles, surprisingly, gargoyles like Disney gargoyles held up pretty darn well over the years, right? I was surprised to see how well gargoyles has held up. Let's see. So we're going into the caves. These missions are mostly in the caves. There are some dragon roaches, but we're not going to be able to deal with those guys all that well. So let's grab the autocannon. Let's grab one of those. Let's grab one of those. And... yeah. Okay. Gargoyles held up super well. I super love still watching Gargoyles. Ed, Edd, and Eddy also. There's a lot of people who hate on Ed, Edd, and Eddy. And I understand why people hate on Ed, Edd, and Eddy. But as far as cartoons go, I feel like it's not that bad. Johnny Bravo, on the other hand, I was talking to Emmy about that. And like, I was like, Johnny Bravo wasn't that bad of a cartoon. But as I was kind of thinking about Johnny Bravo, I was like, you know, like, I don't think I'd want my kid to watch Johnny Bravo, right? Like, there's a lot of sexism and bad things in Johnny Bravo, right? So maybe not Johnny Bravo. Oh, did that guy live? Oh, there's another. Okay, this was a real bad launch for us. Another real bad start.
Sending out an SOS.
Let's just hope that takes a few people down.
Sending down sentry.
I hate to waste a rail cannon strike already, but we're in some desperation mode here already. Why is there another one already? Holy cow. Where are all these guys coming from? Oh, I got sideswiped at the last moment. I thought for sure I had that, but
Reinforcements.
Joining the fray.
this was a terrible place to land. Holy cow. We need to
Reinforcements have been launched.
let's take a breather. Let's go back here. Let's try and figure this out.
Mission area. Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver.
Have a taste of
Okay.
democracy.
We should be safe enough to go get the autocannon.
Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver.
Calling down a sentry.
These guys are not letting up. They do not want me here. Okay, with the autocannon and some extra ammo over here, I should be able to take out those Shriekers' nests.
Objective located. Tagging location. West. Never mind. Southwest. 100 meters. Southwest. Objective located.
And the Hive Lord has decided to show his face, so
Reloading.
we're just having a lot of bad luck today. Where's the Hive Lord? Ooh. That was a misfire. I almost just blew my own guy up with the autocannon. There we Okay, that's one nest gone.
How'd you like to taste that?
No, don't call in reinforcements. Don't call in reinforcements. Oh, they're trying real hard to call in reinforcements. Stop it.
That's called democracy.
Okay, we can do this objective from over here. We can do this. We can do this. We're just gonna mind our own business. While there's a casual barrage going on, what's your opinion on the current world events with Trump and Venezuela? Okay. That is a tough one, because it's hard to have an actual opinion on what's going on because you can't trust anything that's coming on online, right? So, like, if you go on Reddit, you'll have a whole bunch of people saying, oh, well, all the Venezuelans are celebrating, so we should be happy about it. But then you have other people saying, no, all the people celebrating are bots and liars, and that's not actually happening. So it's real hard to tell what is actually happening in the world right now. You know, it's really hard to tell what people's opinions and feelings truly are. But regardless of how Venezuelans feel, and regardless of that climate, I definitely don't think that the American president has the right to just go into another country and kidnap another world leader. I think that sets a really, really bad precedent. So even if the leader was not a great guy, even if Venezuelans wanted him deposed and gone, you know, even if all of those things are accurate, it still needs to be done the correct way, right? Like, that is a part of the conversation needs to be, even if the person was a bad person and the action needed to happen and people are happy about the action, I still want the president to do things the correct way, right? If you're going to essentially declare war on another country, then you need congressional approval. You need the approval of the people. You can't just do it because you want to do it. So I don't want to have the conversation of whether or not it was right or wrong. The conversation I want to have is, was it done the right way? And the answer to that is no. And that's the part I feel people should be upset about. You can't just go invade foreign soil, and he legitimately destroyed people and destroyed people's lives without approval. And like this morning, Cuba said 52 Cuban nationals were slaughtered in the action. Those were innocent lives lost because of this. That needs congressional approval, right? So that is the thing I take the most problem with, is regardless of whether or not the people wanted this to happen, regardless of whether or not it was a good or bad thing, it wasn't done the appropriate and correct way, and that's what I take the most issue with. I heard Trump said American government. Yes, that is also true. Trump said that in the interim, he will be the dictator and will run the country, which also, again, you have no right to that, right? America has no right to tell another country, hey, we're going to run your country for you. Good morning, Ben. Ben's here. We're talking about Venezuela. And the biggest chunk of irony of all this, though, was Putin condemning Trump, right? Putin coming out saying, hey, it's not cool of you to attack another country like that. And that coming from Russia is just like the most ironic thing that is possible, right? Like Trump or the Putin coming out and saying, hey, it's not cool to attack other countries is probably the most ironic statement I've heard in my life. I want to know what he did for us to intervene. So the story that is allegedly being put forth is that he rigged the election. That is what they are sticking with. They're saying that he did not win the election and that he imposed himself through force and shady means and became a dictator through those illegitimate means. And that is the story they're sticking with. However, you know, there is quite a few conspiracies, I guess I'll call them, of people who say that Trump did the same thing, that he rigged the election and is an unelected leader also. So all the people who are cheering about this happening, like, legitimately the shoe could be on the other foot, right? Like, how would you feel if China came in and kidnapped our president and said, hey, we think this guy is an unofficial dictator, so we're going to go ahead and remove him for you and run your country? Like, we would say absolutely not. So how can we possibly say, yes, do this to Venezuela, but then also say, no, you can't do that to us, right? It's kind of insane. Waffles for president. You know, I would hold the office of president in high regard. I would try to be the best president ever if I was elected president. However, I know that I would be a massively unpopular president, because I would definitely, to the extent of my power, try to implement Catholic values and ideals. And I know that quite a few people would find that very unpalatable and very unpopular. So if somehow I was elected president, I fully accept and understand that people would absolutely despise me. They would call me a Christian nationalist. They would call me a bigot. They would hate everything that I would do. Replace the Secret Service with hand-picked waffle knights. I do like that. I do like that idea. But after watching certain presidents come out and make a bunch of changes to things that perhaps they don't fully understand, I feel like I would make zero changes. Right? Like, if the Secret Service is made of XYZ people, I have to assume that they're there for a reason. And I feel like, not just as a president, but in general, one of the dumbest things that I feel like a leader can do is when they take over a new position, is come in and start making changes, right? I feel like that's one of the dumbest things any leader could possibly do. So I feel like I would be humble enough to accept I am out of my depth here. So if the Secret Service is set up XYZ way, I'm going to leave it as be, because I probably don't know enough to make any realistic, smart changes to it, you know? So I think I would try and leave as much as possible to how it is, because y'all wouldn't want me as president. A lot would change. I'll tell you the one law that I would implement that I feel like would be popular. I will say, this would be a law, federal law, executive order, must be implemented immediately everywhere. Every grocery store in the United States would be required to repaint their shelves and their walk paths as if it was a road. And the rules of the road would apply to the grocery store. So that means when you're pushing your cart, you can't just stop in the middle of nowhere. You're only allowed to stop and pull off in designated areas. You must yield properly to people who have the right of way. You can't just push your cart and block 2 lanes of traffic to read a sign. I would fully enforce that. And I feel like the grocery store would be a much better experience if everyone treated it like they were driving on a highway. I'd like to make that Logan Paul movie, The Thinning, starring his hairline. You know, grocery stores are Mad Max, don't try to change it. You know, I understand that a lot of people don't like Logan Paul. I'm not a fan of the Paul brothers as well. However, we as Americans have the power to fix that, right? Like, we don't need the president order to make Logan Paul go away. Like, if we just stopped watching what he was putting out, he would have to go away, right? If everyone just ignored him, he would go away. And I know it's an impossible task, but that's all we need to do, right? If everyone collectively would just say, you know what, we're going to ignore Logan Paul, then he would be forced to just go away. Logan Paul is a fantastic pro wrestler. I mean, the dude seems to have some athleticism. Emmy really wanted to watch him get knocked out, so we watched the boxing match for him. And it seems like he's got athleticism at the very least. Like, he's got a lot of oomph to keep going. Have you ever seen that movie? I've never seen The Thinning, no. That's Jake. Oh. I don't know Logan Paul then. Surprise, surprise. Waffles doesn't know a pop culture figure. Go figure. Rule number 2 if I was president. Effective immediately. I would ban all pornography on all websites, on all mediums. Immediately shut down all websites, immediately shut down all magazines. Immediately. All of it gone. DeviantArt, Tumblr, parts of Reddit, Hustler, Playboy, Penthouse, all of it. Immediately shut down. For the good of the people. Yeah, I definitely know that would be for sure the most, that would be one of the most unpopular things I could possibly do. I definitely understand that my support would immediately drop, but you know what? Sometimes it is a leader's job to be unpopular, right? Sometimes the leader must do the unpopular things for the good of the people. It's a lot like The Purge. I liked the first Purge, but I feel like we didn't need a Purge MCU, right? Like, I don't feel like we needed a whole cinematic universe of the Purge. Like, you struck gold on the first movie. We didn't need 1,000 sequels to it, you know? I feel like that was unnecessary. So I like The Purge, but it's basically a yearly test that kids around the world have to take. Anyone scoring under 18, you have to go away because the world is overpopulated.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
Executive Order number 3, if I was president. Too many places give out driver's licenses willy-nilly. We don't test often enough for driver's licenses. And I feel like probably, and I'm going to be generous here, I'm going to say only 50% of the people on the road currently should probably be driving. I feel like at least half of drivers on the road currently should not actively be in a vehicle. So I would immediately tell everyone that you have 1 year to take another driver's test to prove that you can drive, and we would make the driver's test a much more involved and difficult process. We need to get some of those drivers off the road. You guys ready for a get-rich scheme? Let's hear it. What's your get-rich quick scheme? What do you got? I would like to get rich quick, please. So I will hear anything you got.
Come on it.
Open a chicken food truck franchise and park it next to a Chick-fil-A exclusively on Sunday called Side Chicks. You know, that's another thing. Executive Order number 5. all businesses that are non-essential closed on Sundays. I feel like America would definitely be better off if we stopped the consumerism for at least a day, you know? If everyone had to, you couldn't go out to restaurants, you couldn't go buy things you don't need from Target, you can't go around spending. If you actually had to spend the Sabbath Sundays with your family, doing things together, going to parks, going to state parks, playing at playgrounds, you know, no consumerism on Sunday. I think a lot of businesses would be a lot better off if everyone had to be closed on Sunday. I'm down for that. We can stop the spending for one day.
Freedom forever!
And I get that it's inconvenient. There's definitely days on Sundays where people crave Chick-fil-A. I get that. There are times where I've wanted to go to Hobby Lobby, but it's Sunday and they're closed. But all right, Jonathan, thanks for hanging out with us today. Have a great day.
Required.
We'll see you next time. All right, let's go grab one more. Since they don't need it, let's go grab one more resupply and then get out of here. I'd make a stargazing holiday where one night a year, certain times, all lights get turned off. I like that. I like dark skies. I like that there's more places doing dark sky initiatives. We need more dark sky initiatives. I'm all for that. Executive Order number 6. I know this. If I had any support left, this one would definitely lose me all support. But I would make a law that says that the highest paid employee, including stocks, bonds, vested interest, I don't care what your actually salary, what your total compensation is worth. The employee who makes the most compensation in your company cannot exceed 25 times the total compensation of the lowest paid employee. There is no reason that one person should be making $285 an hour and someone else should be making $1 million a year. And I would slowly lower that number. We'll start at 25 and we'll move it on down to maybe 10 times. You cannot make 10 times more than the lowest paid employee. So if you want to be a CEO who makes a lot of money, guess what? You have to pay your lowest paid employees more before you're allowed to give yourself a raise. And I know that would be super unpopular, but we've got to address some of the income inequality in the world, and that is, I believe, a fair start to it. You can make more, but the rest of your employees also have to make more. You know, there's no reason why 50% of Walmart employees should be on food stamps while the CEO is literally making millions, if not billions, of dollars of profit a year. But again, I understand that that would be a massively unpopular opinion. I'd also immediately uncap Social Security. There would be no cap on the tax for Social Security. You're making $50 billion a year, guess what? You're funding Social Security. Deal with it.
Calling down a support weapon. Calling down a sentry.
There's no reason that the tax on Social Security should stop. It was like $200,000 and that's it. Like, if we started taxing millionaires and billionaires, Social Security wouldn't have to risk going away. I'd release the cure for cancer. You know, I don't know if I buy into that particular conspiracy. I know that it's a very popular one, that they cured cancer. They just don't want to share it with us because they make more money selling as treatment. I don't know if they have it. You know, I understand cancer is a difficult concept to battle, and that there's so many different kinds of cancer and ways that it can impact the body. I don't know that there's a cure. We do know, though, that they have better health care than us, right? Like, you look at how the president is being treated for all of his various illnesses, and has this elite team of best doctors in the country waiting on him hand and foot, and like it defies all logic, right? Like if you went to a classroom full of 13-year-old kids and said, "Hey kids, I drink 20 Diet Cokes a day, and my diet consists of McDonald's and cocaine. I don't believe in exercise." Those kids would tell you, "Wow, you're gonna die before you're the age of 20." And they say, "Nope, I'm actually a healthy 80-year-old man." It defies all logic, right? It doesn't make sense. Oh, that's bright. Oh, that's bright. Okay, we're not making much progress here. I think we need to change our plan. Let's get moving and find some bug holes, because we're not making much progress over here. There's the bug holes. There we go. Oh boy, there's stalkers over here. We're in serious trouble now. We're in the real trouble, the true trouble. Oh, let's see. We don't have grenades for this. We don't have much for this. Grab this egg. Let's run. Oh, let's run. There's a stalker's nest somewhere back over there. I think we're going to have to deal with that at a later time, because we can hold and resupply here. Okay, we can resupply up here. Thank goodness. We needed that resupply desperately. Okay, reload everything. Good. Good. Delicious. Our technology is so close to sci-fi. We're definitely closer to Star Trek than people realize. I definitely agree with that. And I definitely know, like, the military has technology you can't even dream of, right? Like, the military has amazing technology that's used for war. And then after wars, it comes to us as regular everyday technology. So once the stuff in Venezuela is finished, I guarantee we'll see some big booms of advancement on our technology, because that's just kind of how it ebbs and flows for us. But I would much rather have less technology and not overthrow Venezuela than watch Venezuela get burned to the ground so that we can have cooler, cheaper technology. All right, Ben, thanks for hanging out today. Have a good day. We'll see you next time. As always, it's a pleasure.
Reloading. Dropping package.
All right, I feel an earthquake. Something is vibrating. I can't tell. Is that a big bad guy, or is that a regular earthquake? I don't know. Get off of me. Alright, just reload. We're so close. We're so close to winning this mission, but this has been a brutal mission. We are definitely lost a lot of Helldivers on this climb, so let's close some bug holes. Oh, P2 found that stalker lair. Good on him. Way to go, P2. Out here doing it. Polly Blank's here. Good morning, Polly. How's it going? Happy Monday of the new year. No, I know we're all super excited for it to be Monday. How are the New Year resolutions going? Heading into work. Everyone's favorite Monday activity. Heading into work. That phrase, so I know I've talked about this before, but man, one of the hardest things about talking to unemployed people is like the concept of work. And I was standing right in front of a turret. Like, I don't want to sound rude, but I've had conversations with unemployed people many times in my life, and they're always surprised, like, well, what are you doing today? I'm going to work. Oh, cool. That sucks. Yeah, it does. And then the next day, oh, what you up to today? I'm going to work. Oh, that sucks. And then the next day, what are you doing today? I'm going to, like, that's what I do. I go to work every single day. Oh, well, that sucks. Like, yeah, it does suck, but like, you should know this. That's what having a job is like. You go to work every day. Like, it shouldn't come as a surprise. I've gone to work every day of the weekday, Monday through Friday, for almost 15 years. It shouldn't shock you that, hey, I'm going to work. Hey, I'm going to work. Hey, I'm going to work. Like, most functioning adults, that is how they live their life, is they go to work every day. Like, it's so frustrating to get that text message every day, like, oh, what are you up to today? The same thing I do every day. I'm going to work. And then they hit you with the, like, that must suck. Like, yeah, I too wish I could spend all day doing nothing, but bills, you know? Adult life. Oh, there's a squad coming in over here. Let's greet them in the official Super Earth fashion. Okay. Let's swap to some barrages. Let's handle that with a barrage. That's a little too close for comfort, but hopefully that'll hit the Hive Lord. Hopefully we'll that barrage will take down that Hive Lord a little bit. I don't even think that rail cannon strike hit him. I think that missed. How does the rail cannon miss? I see shadows of things back there, but I don't see the actual enemies. So I think we cleared them out, nice and good. Oh, there's one. There's another one. Okay, we're out of ammo. Stick some grenades on people. We can do this. Whoa! That was real close. I can't believe
Sending in an eagle.
how close that one was.
T-minus 20 seconds.
I can't believe how lucky we got there. We should not be alive, but somehow.
ETA T-minus 10 seconds.
Southwest.
This is Pelican 1. I have visual.
All right, grenade, do your thing.
Calling down a support weapon.
Pelican 1, landing in progress.
South. Cancel that. Hold position.
Where's the rest of our team?
Marking location. Southeast.
Oh, they're all here. I didn't see them. I figured it was just two of us fighting back to back, but we're making it out alive. All right, get on the bus, everyone. We're out of here.
Reinforcement budget depleted. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
All right, we got time for one more mission, and then I've got a stack of dishes I gotta go do before I start work.
They stood no chance against your tactical excellence.
Work, work. Also, if y'all are interested, I did release a video yesterday on, there's an old puzzle game called Battle Bowl, and I made a full video on it, and I highly recommend it, because Battle Bowl is probably one of the most fun puzzle games I've ever played, and it's stuck on the 1990 Game Boy. Like, it's never gotten a port. It's never been a collection in another game. Its Wikipedia page is literally like one paragraph. Like, it is the definition of a hidden gem. So check that out, because everyone should get to experience Battle Bowl, I feel like. Oh, I'm still wearing my flame armor. That's also part of the problem. If I change out of that, we can do a little bit better.
Victory for democracy.
Alright, last mission, y'all. Last mission. We're gonna go do a blitz. A ballroom blitz.
Allied destroyer has left squadron.
There we go. On to the blitz. On Blitzen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Vixen.
Engaging orbital thrusters. Hellpod Prime.
It's still technically Christmas, right? We still got,
Destroyer has left
see,
squadron.
today's, I think we've got 6 more days of Christmas, right? So we can still do Santa references. So you tried a viral oatmeal recipe. Okay. What was it? I subbed too many things. What do you got for us, Dex? Tell us about the oatmeal.
Allied destroyer has joined squadron.
Was it overnight oats? Was that what you're making?
Orbital thrusters. Orbit synchronized. Engaging orbital thrusters.
That's something in my eye.
Orbit synchronized.
Better.
Hellpod launch initiated.
The original calls for oatmeal, milk, chia seeds, vanilla extract, peanut butter, and Greek yogurt. Okay. Chia seeds, high in fiber. Dig that. Peanut butter, great source of protein. A little too many calories, but good. Greek yogurt, that goes in everything. So what'd you sub in? What did you change?
Rout these fascists from their caves.
Then you put a mix of coconut oil and chocolate, melt it, and makes a chocolate shell on top.
Northwest, 100 meters. Objective located. Northwest, 100 meters.
Deploying SOS beacon. Throw in some blood.
That's too much, in my opinion. That sounds like too much, but okay. Okay, I used unsweetened almond milk, little vanilla, and PB. Okay, those are all substitutions I would make. I consider those to be reasonable substitutions because that's exactly what I would do. PB powder has less calories, so 100% less sugar. Use fat-free yogurt. That's probably where things went wrong. That's probably if the recipe turned out badly, that might be exactly where it went wrong. Is with the fat-free yogurt. Incredibly bland. I needed salt. Well, the good news is, you know, bland food still gets the job done, right? The point of food is to get calories in your body. So even if it's a little bland, you still got calories out of it, so it did its job. So mission accomplished, right? Wrong. Food doesn't always have to taste good. It doesn't matter if I don't finish. Well, you gotta finish it, Dex. We do not believe in food waste here, right? Like, even when I make my terrible recipes, if they're absolutely gross and disgusting, I still stand by. You gotta finish it, right? We don't support food waste, so. You should have finished it, Dex. I'm gonna waggle my finger at you and shame you and say you should have finished eating it even if it wasn't good. It's your punishment for making dumb food.
Requesting advanced weaponry. Calling down a walker.
The only part that tastes great is the chocolate. Well, I mean, that's understandable, right? Like, it's really hard to make bad chocolate. Like, really hard to mess up chocolate. Instead of salt, might I recommend hot sauce. Hot sauce has salt in it. It's got great flavor. Maybe you should add a dash of, like, Tapatio to it. There is no such thing as food that cannot be improved with a dash of hot sauce. I feel like something's behind me, but I guess not. Oh, that's what I felt was behind. Okay, I felt like something was behind me because there was a giant hive lord coming. Okay, that makes sense. Off we go. Why do you think I'd ever take a food recommendation from you? I mean, not to humble brag, but I have lost almost 200 pounds. You know, I do know a thing or two about food and flavor. Just saying. I know some things. I know it's not everyone's favorite, but I do know some things. Use some stevia too. Stevia is good. The only artificial sweetener I can't stand is the ones that use monk fruit. I do not know how people eat monk fruit sweeteners, because those monk fruit sweeteners are something else, flavor-wise, in a bad way. I do not know how people do that one. And that's not me being like, oh, artificial sweeteners are so bad for you, or you know, don't use them because they're toxic. That's just purely a flavor thing. The flavor is bad. Okay. Don't think I've ever used them. Try it. Go find yourself. Go find a drink that you can buy for like $1 that says it's sweetened with monk fruit, and tell me that's not the most disgusting drink you've ever drank in your life.
Calling in extraction.
Spidey's here.
Request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
Welcome in, Spidey. Stevia is just extreme sugar. It doesn't have flavor either. No, you know, they started making stevia powdered sugar. Like powdered sugar that's made from stevia. That is super delicious and super fun. If you haven't tried it, find some stevia powdered sugar. How have you been? I'm doing okay. You know, today I'm not gonna lie, today's a little rough. I'm feeling a little bit of the sads today. Got a little touch of the depression and sadness today, but we're trying to overcome it. You know, with streaming usually helps with that, and I got a full week of work in front of me, so that's a bummer, but we're trying. We're trying today.
Requesting sentry. Calling down a sentry.
I have a bunch of board games to try. I've got like 4 new board games to play, so I'm excited to get to play those new board games here soon. Ooh, and the caffeine just hit me. Saw one of your streams, got 7 comments. Yeah, you, a few of you, Spidey and a few other people have been chatting a lot on the streams lately. Definitely helps, and I appreciate that. You know, I set my goal this year. The goal for the end of the year is to hit 10,000 by the end of the year. I don't think we're gonna hit that goal, but you know what? We're certainly gonna try. So every little bit counts. But I don't think this is the year of waffles. Happy New Year. I don't think this is the year that waffles takes off. I don't think people aren't ready for my terrible opinions just yet. So maybe 2027. Oh, my ally blew me up. Do you have a New Year's resolution, Spidey? Any New Year's resolutions?
Approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Pelican 1 landing sequence initiated. Watch where you're standing. Joining the fray.
Yes. All right. What do you got for a New Year's resolution? What are you doing in the new year? Want to lose weight. All right. That is always a solid one, and I am happy to offer any advice I can in that journey. As I was just talking to Dex about, I have lost almost 200 pounds, so I know a thing or two about weight loss.
Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
I still have a little bit more to go. I'm in the 250s right now. I want to be at 220, so I've still got about 30 pounds to lose. Lost 1 kg so far. That's nothing to sneeze at. A kilogram is a kilogram like 2.5, 3 pounds? Something like it's like 2.2, 2.5 pounds. Okay, Google. How many pounds are in a kilogram? .2 pounds. So 2.2 pounds. That's pretty darn good. Way to go. It's one of those things where like the journey of 1,000 miles starts with 1 step, right? Everyone wants to lose 100 pounds. Nobody wants to lose 1 pound, but that is the start to it. That is how you get there. 1 pound at a time. I need to shake this sickness. I cannot get it out of me. Oh, excuse me.
Welcome aboard, Helldiver.
I am so sick of being sick. That clammy hand guy at Christmas did me in. I should have known better.
Helldivers.
Should have never shook his hands.
Turn will risk.
All right, we've got 250 medals, so let's spend some medals. Okay, we own all that. All right, medals are spent. Ooh, what is that? Live wire. Oh, it's the defib. Never mind, that's not interesting. Doubt killer. That is not armor we want. Engineering kit. Kind of cool armor, though. All right. Very cool. Unfortunately, for Spidey, he joined right at the end, right as I was getting ready to go start my day, because I got to, like I said, I got a sink full of dirty dishes that I need to go do before work starts today, and then I got to go do my usual 10 hours of work. So that is going to be it for me today. So how about we end with our prayer like always? In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. Today we pray for all the people who have New Year's resolutions, all the people who are trying to lose weight, who are trying to better themselves, who are trying to find you in the new year. Lord, help us to keep to our goals and better ourselves each and every day. Today we continue to pray for the souls in purgatory, the souls who have been forgotten, the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. Today we pray for the intentions of our Holy Father, the Pope. Whatever his will is for Earth, help us to move towards a better Earth through the Pope's intentions. We pray for all the sick children, all the children who are in hospitals, who are scared, who are struggling with illnesses and problems. Lord, help the children. And finally, a special intention, we pray for a certain child who is going to be undergoing surgery, who is going through some very tough times right now. Lord, be with that child and his parents. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right. Thank you, everyone, for the amens. Thank you for praying with me. St. Waffles Mega Fan, welcome in. I'm gonna guess St. Waffles Mega Fan. That is William Afton, right? Is that you, William? Before I go, let's hear what you got. What you got? Or is that your alt? I appreciate all of my fans. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me every morning. You want to see more videos? I did more vlogs. I do plan on releasing a few more personal videos here soon. So hopefully in the next few weeks you'll probably get at least one vlog. I did release a retro review with one of my Christmas presents yesterday, though, so there's that to check out. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me this morning. Like I said, I'm struggling a little bit with the depression this morning, a little bit with the sadness, and it really does cheer me up to hang out with you all in the morning. It really does bring a smile to my face. Even when Dex is in here being a hater, telling me to leave the man on the toilet alone. All right, I gotta go to work. So have a good day, Spidey. Great job on the weight loss. Continue with the weight loss. St. Waffles Mega Fan, thank you for the joy you bring me. Thank you all. Have a blessed day, and I'll be back on it on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, make sure that you join super early on Wednesday because a Catholic game developer is going to join us on Wednesday, and we're going to be playing a Catholic game developer's Metroidvania game. It is a never-before-released game. We're going to be one of the first people in the world who get to play the game. So Wednesday morning, we are going to be streaming at 5 o'clock Pacific time. So probably somewhere around 2 hours before now, whatever your time is in Australia now, 2 hours before now, we will be streaming a never-before-seen game. So be prepared for that. All right, y'all. Have a blessed day. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you on Wednesday morning. So it'll be 7? 8, 9. So 9. 9 your time. 9 p.m. or a.m. I can never remember Australia. Anyways, have a blessed day, everyone. We'll see you again soon.